The government is facing a court-ordered deadline of Thursday to reunite over 2,500 immigrant families. According to the latest court documents, 879 parents have been reunited with their children. In addition, more than 500 parents have been cleared for reunification. As part of the process, dozens of families are expected to travel to Albuquerque, New Mexico, as they await the next phase of their proceedings. The mayor of Albuquerque, Tim Keller, joins us now to discuss the latest. Mayor, thanks for being here.
Great to be here.
So just last month, you and your wife, you visited a shelter down in El Paso, Texas. Why did you choose to go there?
You know, this issue is very important to our community, and we carried really the heartache and the anger that a lot of folks felt as those children were being pulled apart from their parents. And for us, we have deep multicultural roots in Albuquerque. We're also very strong in terms of families and blended families. And we went down to stand up and say this isn't right, and also to try and donate. And actually, we were unallowed to. We learned that basically they weren't taking any donations or any services at that time. And now, in I think some positive irony, our city is ready, and we've been waiting to help, and now we're getting the chance to.
What did you see inside those shelters?
You know, they actually made us stop at the gate. I was with 40 other mayors from around the country, and they denied us access at that time.
So after going down there and not really seeing a lot, but did it influence your policy in terms of how you feel these immigrants should be treated when they arrive in Albuquerque?
Absolutely. You know, you see the buses going by and children in them, other buses with just parents, and you know what's happening inside there. And now they've just been reunited, so the families that we're getting reconnected for the first time in a month. And if you just imagine, all they have is the clothes on their back. They've just been reconnected with their children. And now they're having to travel essentially on their own through the United States with the guidance of Lutheran Family Services. But at every stop, are they staying in a shelter or a hotel room? In Albuquerque, because donations have been so strong, they're staying in a hotel room.
That's amazing. So you had shelters ready to go, but you had such an outpouring of support that you didn't need them.
We did. We had the airport help transport folks discreetly. We had fire stations on standby and community centers, but we filled a semi-truckload of donations for these families. And the monetary donations have allowed them to be able to stay in a hotel. And so it's our way of stepping up, and families are even bringing their children to give stuffed animals, which is what my 4-year-old wanted us to do. And they're doing that because to demonstrate to their children compassion.
So how many families have been reunited in Albuquerque, and what happens next for those families? How do they navigate the process?
We're dealing with about 57 right now, and we've been put on notice that we might get as many as 200. And they might stay for 1 or 2 days, depending on what's next. And they're sort of in the care of Lutheran Family Services, so they'll shepherd them on to the next stop. But the specific details, actually, because of family privacy and such, they usually don't release.
The Trump administration has been criticized in terms of how they have dealt with this issue. Do you think the Trump administration is doing enough in this reunification process, in this phase?
You know, as a mayor, I don't. I mean, I think just letting children leave the cage and find their parents is a completely irresponsible way to handle this. There really is no plan, and I'm just grateful that in our city we have an Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs, and we have a community that's willing to help these folks, because right now the federal government really isn't.
How many more do you expect in the coming months?
Several hundred right now.
And you're prepared to handle them, and we've seen this outpouring of support. What else needs to be done during this process?
Well, these families are coming and they've been through intense trauma. So there's the story of how they got to the border in the first place and why they're there, but there's also what they've been through. So there's tremendous medical needs and psychological needs that we have to attend to. We have to make sure the children are in a place that's stable and that is free of the stresses that they've been through. But they could have a lifetime of trauma based on what they've been through. And so the sooner we can help work on that, the better they're going to be, no matter where they end up.
All right, Mayor Keller from Albuquerque, New Mexico, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Great to be here. Thank you.